people. Here we go. Some news headlines. Let's go. Hey, gun people. Man, I'm trying to stay away from the news because with YouTube, they get to interpret what fake news is. So if you report something that they think is fake, they give you a strike and try to shut you down. So it's really not worth it to really cover the news unless you're pushing the YouTube left-wing lying agenda. So I'm going to cover these, but this video may disappear here within a week or so. I'm just going to get rid of it because, again, YouTube changes his mind, you know, like I change my underwear at least once a month, and you never know what the hell they're talking about on what they think is fake and what they believe is fake now and what they won't believe it's fake later, and it's just BS. But anyway, so Russia, there's quite a few news things going on right now, and I'm going to cover like 3 of them. So Russia, the big news, and I think I said on my live Saturday that I predicted they would attack on like Wednesday. But maybe I didn't say Wednesday. I know I've told a couple of my buddies Wednesday's my date. If they were holding a little lotto or where you buy little squares on a football pool, if they had little squares that you could buy, I would have bought a square for Wednesday because that's when I thought they were going to attack. And now it looks like they're moving troops. Some people say they're moving away. Some people say they're moving more. You know, we just moved our embassy, which kind of says that we're taking it kind of seriously. It looks like it's going to happen. I mean, what does Russia have to lose, really? I mean, could he be faking and just trying to get them to the table? I mean, if Obama's like giving away the house, like Obama sent, you know, Iran $11 million cash on a plane or whatever the hell it was, $100 million, whatever. You know, Obama had so many freaking secret scandals that nobody wants to talk about, and they've been deemed fake news, and you can't report on them anyway. So anyway, what do we know what Biden's doing? Biden could be giving away the freaking farm. I mean, he could be getting his son Hunter a job at the Russian embassy making $400 million a year, you know, in order to stay. We don't know what the hell that crooked piece of shit's doing. So, are they going to attack? I think Putin has nothing to lose. He's moved all these troops. He's spent an enormous amount of money, calling it a training exercise. He's got some support. He's not getting a whole lot of resistance from Ukraine. It's not like Ukraine is building up the border and ready to attack and we're going to fight to the death. And you don't hear any of that. You hear from the president of Ukraine kind of like, it's business as usual. We're not that worried about it. So what's the downside of Russia going in? Oh, what are we going to do? Take away his debit card and we won't let him use some financial thing? This is pretty big news, I think. But you know what? What do I know? My personal guess, he's going to go in. He's going to take something. He got all that money and resources. He's not leaving empty-handed. Either he gets something secret from Biden behind the scenes that we don't know about, or he goes in and says, screw it. You know, it is what it is. So, let's see. Assessment, 2 European diplomats. I don't know. There's so many articles on it. So, we'll see. Will they attack? I think they're going in. And I don't think Putin gives a shit. So we'll see how that goes. So the second big scandal is Special Counsel Durham alleges that Clinton campaign lawyer used data to raise suspicions about Trump. So for y'all that don't know what a special counsel is, they're pretty much, they don't like using these special prosecutor positions. Because when you give these special prosecutors this job, they have an enormous amount of power. I mean, they can do their own indictments. They can convene their own federal grand jury. They don't have to go through a U.S. attorney to file charge. I don't think they do. I could be wrong there. But I don't think these guys have huge amount. They can just freaking convene their own grand jury and charge you. And they can go anywhere they want. Nothing's off limits. And most presidents don't like convening it. They gave, what was his name, Kenneth Starr when he was going after Clinton. And now this guy, John Durham, I guess, speaks outside federal courthouse. He has got just huge amount of power. And my understanding is Trump administration appointed him to look in to all the reports that he was being spied on. But if you remember, all we heard in the news was that Trump was not being spied.
There was no spying on the Trump campaign.
Oh, this crap, no spying on the Trump campaign.
Which is a conspiracy theory.
No spying on the Trump campaign. Facts matter.
And, oh, by the way, no, there was no spying on the Trump campaign.
So if you listen to the news, the national news, the fact checkers, Facebook, all the other places that tell you what the real news is, YouTube, there was no spying on the Trump campaign. Well, according to this document that he just filed, not only does he have proof, but he's got a lot of proof. And it doesn't look good for this attorney who already got a deal. So I'm gonna put a link to these documents if you want to go read them. So this one was filed back in 6/21 on this Michael Sussmann, who is supposedly an attorney for Clinton, who was behind all this shit. He ended up lying to the FBI and pleading guilty. But normally when you plead guilty to the FBI, there's a little thing you sign that says you must be telling us the complete truth and you can't hold nothing back. And if we find out, this deal is null and void and we're coming back after your ass. So it looks like, according to the new indictment, that he wasn't truthful on the first little thing. But we'll see. And then there's this document that's filed on the 11th, which is what, yesterday? Today's the 15th, a few days ago. So this was filed, and again, another motion or indictment or charges or potential charges against this same guy who's already got a deal from the FBI. So this is a huge document that also has some interesting things in it. And then on this document, is this the same one? Government's motion to make sure I didn't put the same ones. Government motion. Oh, this is the same document. Okay. All right. So this is this I think is a pretty big deal that's being hidden by the left media. Nobody's covering it because it totally vindicates Trump that they were spying on him. They got emails. They were in his email account. They were in his cell phones. They were literally spying on a president, elected president, without his knowledge. I mean, think about the implications of that. We're told that the president is top secret and Russia can't get in and China can't get in. And he's got all these decisions. He got the best encryption in the world. Yet somehow the Democrats, the sleazy left wing, with the help of the FBI, was able to infiltrate all kind of Trump's personal shit. I mean, this makes Watergate look like freaking somebody, a mass murderer shoplifted a freaking candy bar. I mean, it's just crazy. And this is being totally ignored. And I'm sure YouTube will deem this fake news. And that's why I'll probably end up deleting this. And they'll start deleting accounts if you mention this. Because that's how YouTube book burning central works. We delete history. We stop history. We stop discussions. We stop anything that's against our belief and our agenda. All right. So, and the last thing I want to cover, which isn't getting a lot of press, is the way that Oatmeal Chin Biden, pulled out of Afghanistan and all the problems of Afghanistan. Now, all the problems listed in this does not fall on Biden, but the fallout that falls on him is the way he pulled out. Just crazy. So, I mean, this report goes into how many troops, how many died, how much money we paid, how many other troops. This is a really huge report from the IG, what does the SIGNA mean? I forgot. Special Inspector General for Afghanistan Reconstruction. So this report is pretty freaking huge. And I have the document here, and I think it's 140 pages. And I will put a link to it also in the description if you want to read about this. And again, if you want to save these, I would recommend downloading and saving them for your own thing, because if I delete this, then all the links will be gone too. However, the links will be backed up on the Bitchute channel. Bitchute is bitchute.com/channel/thinklikeacop. And most of my videos automatically get backed up unless YouTube deletes it within the first hour. If they remove it within the first hour, it doesn't give BitTime time to back it up. So really kind of scathing report on how much money and waste and failure of our government, the decisions. I mean, just really egregious shit on how we fucked up in Afghanistan. 140 pages. I'll put links to all of these. I think that's what I wanted to cover. Yeah. All right. So we'll end that there with some news. All right. Y'all have a good one.